Good morning, students. Today we will discuss Chapter 1 of Civics, the Indian Constitution. First, we will see why a country needs a constitution or what is the purpose of the constitution. Number 1, it lays certain ideals, means it tells us what is the fundamental nature of a society. A constitution helps us to serve as a set of rules and principles for the people of the country. In the other words, we can say it provides the basis of the working of the government. Second purpose of the constitution is how should be the political system of the country. Means in this point we can say that we choose our leaders by exercising a franchisee so that they can exercise power responsibly on our behalf. Third purpose of the constitution is to save us from ourselves. This seems to be strange, but at times we may feel strongly about any issue that may go against the larger interest of the constitution. And this constitution helps us to guard against this. In this way, these three are the purpose of the constitution. Again, I am repeating the 3 points. First, it lays certain set of rules and principles which guide the country to rule. Second, it defines or it frames the nature of the political system of the country. In this, we choose our leaders in the election which exercise the power responsibly on our behalf. Third point is that if at times we feel that whatever principle or the rule the government has framed is not correct, we tend to go against it. But the constitution safeguards us and then we are diverted from our thought. After that, we will go to the next point which is given in this chapter, that is the key feature of the constitution. What are the important features of the constitution? First is federalism. Federalism means that in our country we have more than one level of government. At the top, we have central government at Delhi. Then at the state level, we have state government. And at the village level, we have village panchayat system. So in this way, the entire country is divided into various tiers of the government. Central government is governing the entire country. State government governs the particular state, and at the grassroots level we have village panchayat which sees the functioning of a particular village. This is called as federalism. Second feature of the constitution is we have parliamentary form of government means we elect the representative via election or by election, in which the people who are above the age of 18 years can elect their representatives. The people of India can also take part in the election by contesting in the election themselves. So this is called as parliamentary form of government, means in the other words we can say that the country is ruled for the people, by the people and of the people, which is called as the parliamentary form of government. Third key feature of the Indian Constitution is separation of power. Means in the other words we can say that there are three organs of the government. There are three levels of the government. We can say in the other words, one is legislature. Legislature means whatever representative we choose, they frame rules and regulations in the parliament and in the state assemblies. That is called as legislature. Second level of the power is judiciary. Judiciary means which takes care of law and order, in which we have police and the courts. This is another part of the government or another organ of the government. And the third organ is the executive. Executive means the bureaucrats, the government servants who are responsible for implementing the rules and regulations framed by the legislature in the parliament at the central government and in the state assemblies at the state level. So in this way there is separation of power in the country. One is the legislature, means they frame the rules and regulations, means are leaders. Second is executive, means they execute or they implement at different levels in the country, which are our bureaucrats and the other government servants. And third is judiciary, which take care of the law and order of the country, in which the police and the courts come into picture. Fourth key feature of the Indian Constitution is the fundamental rights. There are 6 fundamental rights which are given in the Constitution, which if you will go in the book, you will see on page number 14, they have given the fundamental rights which are enlisted in the Indian Constitution and which are given to the citizens of India. That is right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and at the last, right to constitutional remedies. This in brief, you just go through it. It is on page number 14, and if there is any doubt later on, you can consult me. Then after that, the fifth key feature of the Constitution is secularism. Now the word secularism means the Indian government, that may be at the center or that may be at the state, it does not support any religion. Means it cannot be biased by any religion. It has to keep separate from any religion, because in India, you know, there are lot many religions, and each and every citizen of the country has got the liberty to practice any religion or to change from one religion to another religion. And in this, the government cannot interfere. That is called as secularism. So these 5 are the key features of the Constitution. Again, I am repeating. First is federalism, means there are different levels of the government. central government at the central level, or which governs the entire country, state government at the state level, and the village panchayat at the village level. Second is parliamentary form of government, in which we elect the representatives which sit in the parliament or the state assemblies, and they set the rules and regulations which govern the country. Third is the separation of the power, means there are three organs of the government, three parts of the government, that is legislature, which is framed by our leaders, then they are executed by the government officers, which is the second level, which is called as executive, and third is judiciary, which takes care of the law and order of the country, in which the police and the court comes. Fourth is the fundamental rights, and we have 6 fundamental rights which I have told you, which are given on page number 14. You can go through it. And fifth is secularism. Secularism means the government cannot interfere in the religion of any citizen. Thank you very much.